Alan, I am so pleased to have a chance to visit with you. We've, of course, gotten to know WaterFleet really well over the years, but your evolution, even in just the last couple of years, has been so great. So I'm anxious to catch up on what all that's meant. But let's go ahead and start with what is it that you've literally done in redefining how on-site, clean, safe, potable water and wastewater management too has been a game changer. And what advantages has that provided your customers and also the environment?
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Really happy to be here. Super excited to be talking to you today. It's a reality that a lot of people don't realize that thousands of workers can live and work in remote environments that don't have access to the utilities that we're all very normally accepting to have. Water under pressure at your tap that's clean and safe, your wastewater that goes away and you never have to worry about it again. And the way that they deal with that at those sites is kind of archaic, right?
Yeah.
WaterFleet takes the utility to the site with our mobile systems that can then produce and distribute potable water, safe, clean drinking water under pressure to the tap, just like you would be used to in your normal life. Grabs and processes that sewage and makes it go away so that you don't have to worry about that even in that remote environment. So the uplift in quality of life is amazing, right? When that kind of thing happens on a site. And the removal of trash associated with potentially having to bring in a lot of bottled water just for the purposes of drinking is also a huge uplift. But probably most importantly, from an environmental standpoint, is that all those trucks don't have to go in and out of there anymore, hauling water in, hauling sewage away. And that produces an uplift to the community around wherever this is happening, because those trucks are not on the road anymore. Obviously, it removes the greenhouse gases associated with those trucks producing pollutants. Most amazingly, it reduces the cost because it's very expensive to run trucks up and down the highway compared to units sitting at the site doing all of the work without having to move.
Well, yeah. And it seems like, hauling in giant containers of water seems so inefficient, but for sure wasteful.
Hauling is the way that it's done until somebody comes up with something better. That's kind of the way the world works, right? It's always like, This is the way we've always done it because that's the only way we know how to do it until something better comes along. And we certainly hope that we've been able to accomplish that for a lot of people.
Oh, you have. And you built on that kind of core inventory of technology that you first developed. But what's really been interesting, especially in the last couple of years, is how important WaterFleet's technology has been to emergency response and recovery teams. And can you talk a little bit about the disasters that WaterFleet's been involved with that we've seen in our country the last couple of years?
Yeah, absolutely. Two kind of examples that people can relate to. Certainly a hurricane coming and creating devastation to an area. Louisiana, Florida have been the ones that have been hit most recently. Power lines down, roofs ripped off, roads closed, utilities lost because power generation is gone. Just a pretty devastating effect on the community. The beautiful thing about this world that we live in is that people rush to the aid of those who are affected. And so thousands upon thousands of people will rush into that environment in order to restore power, to clear the roads, to bring utilities back online. All of those people, as it turns out, live in camps.
Which you're very familiar with helping.
Yes, exactly. Those camps, as it turns out, don't have access to water and sewer services. And so those people who are doing that extremely hard and incredible work often don't have access to a clean shower. They have to use a portable toilet because there's no flowing water for a toilet to flush in.
Right.
they may have very limited access to drinking water and have to scrounge up bottles to take out with them for the day that then turn into trash that they don't know what to do with. It's all the same things that are created by the need for a lot of people to be in a space that's not normally accommodating them. And so it works exactly the same for us. We can come in, we can be that mobile micro utility for that camp. We can provide that water under pressure, which then gives that complete uplift and quality of life for them so that they can be so much more productive in going to get the work done that they're there to do.
When you and your wife, Allison, co-founded WaterFleet, you really built it on a very strong foundation of values. And it's not just lip service. I mean, you really, from the very start, weave that into the function and making that actionable in your company. How much do you think that has contributed to the company's success?
It's contributed greatly to the company's success. It's contributed to a workforce and a group of people in this world who just understand better what it is to mean to live positively and to behave well, right? Mm-hmm. So the way that we think about it is that culture exists and you can set it or it will set itself.
Yes, 100%.
Right. So what we and if you want to set a culture, you better make sure that those people that you are asking to engage in that culture have something to say about it. Right. So that's kind of how we started it, was to say, what do you believe are the aspirations of this company? What do you believe are the ways that we should live and represent ourselves in the world? How do you feel about it working in this company? So early on, we let the employees be very engaged in building out the words and the behaviors that define our culture. And then it's much easier to get them to buy into behaving according to those cultures. A thing that I say around here often is do the right thing and the money will follow.
Well, as you well know, experience messaging is a concept that we originated in. And I think you guys are the poster children of that. In the sense that it can be done. It does strengthen the bottom line. So I think you are also a great example of deserved success and how great that you're doing it right to get.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Alan. I really appreciate the conversation, and we'll be anxious to see where, sadly, some of these other disasters take you and your team.
Yeah, we never wish these things to happen, but when they do, people need to be supported. And so we want to be there for that. So that's a part of our big mission. It was really a pleasure to talk to you today, Kelly. I appreciate you giving me the time.